Hello everyone, Josh first back again, bringing you guys some more Princess Connect. Today we're going to be doing a fast beginner guide video. Now what I mean by fast, I mean it's not going to be 30 minutes plus like my usual beginner guide videos are. And the reason for that is because this game is very linear. And what I mean by that is you're going to be doing a lot of the same things daily, very repetitive to push forward to pretty much the same goal that other players will be sharing amongst you. So it's not going to be something where you got to kind of go crazy and go off on your own and do some crazy things and make a lot of mistakes on the way. Granted, there are a couple things that you can make mistakes on in this game, but it's not as bad as a lot of games such as like Shining Beyond, where if you make one mistake, for example, it would set you back weeks, if not months, depending on how big the mistake is. This game really doesn't have that much of a problem. It has more of a fail-safe system kind of built into it by the way that you actually develop characters and progress in your account. So it's very, very nice. There's a lot of resource distribution in this game, but there's a lot of ways to get those resources because of the way they designed it. So it's all good there. But let's go ahead and talk about some of the things that you need to be doing daily and how to progress, etc., where certain things are that you can find and all that other good stuff. And yeah, so let's get into it. So you'll see here, this is the actual game lobby. You pretty much should know by now what most of these things are on your screen. We're going to focus mostly on the bottom menu. The top left is pretty self-explanatory. The bottom here, we have the home characters. The characters is where you can go and set up your team, look at your different units, and build them up. We're going to go to that menu very shortly. Story, obviously that's where you can go and see all the different character stories, your character, your guild, the extras, the main, and just grab a lot of free gems from that. Now you will have to go into each of those individually to grab those gems. You can skip it obviously if you don't want to watch it, but if you actually want to see some of the game's story and see some really cool and beautiful animation, then be sure to go ahead and stick around and watch all that stuff without clicking through it, if that's, you know, kind of your play style. But it's a great way to grab a lot of free resources, you know, such as gems, because they give you quite a bit from those areas as you progress further in the story and build up individual characters. So it's very nice to have this. Then we have our quests. This is kind of where like the main central point of the game is. This is where the pub is, right? This is where everybody hangs out, because you have the grotto, you have the dungeon, you have the sanctum survey, and the clan battle. Now those two modes are not going to be available, at least not yet on the soft launch. I'm not sure if they're going to be available at all for the soft launch, or if they're going to wait till global release actually happens. I don't know. The Princess Arena, obviously you got to beat main quest 815 normal. So a lot of players on the soft launch, of course, are not even to that point yet unless you've whaled out. A lot of us are sitting around between chapter 4 and 5, and some of us have even made it to 6 and 7. The whales, of course, are 7+ and 8 and onwards, but a lot of us aren't quite to that point yet. The battle arena is very, very nice for getting those early game gems, because basically the higher up your rating is, or I should say in this case, the lower the rating is, because the numbers do go backwards, then, you know, you're going to get better rewards. So you can see right here, we actually got a time reward. We get 14 of our arena points every hour, and then we can claim 5 right now. It's very, very cool, because the arena coins, you can use those to buy various things in the arena shop. And it's nice that there's like a built-in idle function with it. So the higher up you get in a PvP, the better your time rewards are going to be. And you get 5 free PvP runs a day that'll have a 5-minute cooldown timer each. You can, of course, reset that for spending a little bit of gems. In an early game, it's actually worth doing, because you want to try and farm as high up in story as you possibly can to get that big lump sum of gems. You want to take advantage of that as best you can. And you can also go over here and refresh the list. Like I'll show you here, I can just refresh the list a few times if you like. Try and find matchups that best are suited to whatever your team is. Obviously, a lot of new players aren't going to really know what the best teams are and what the best teams are to fight or not fight. So a lot of you are just going to probably be just fighting teams that are similar to your battle level, and you know, etc. So we have a team here that's 13,561, but they're level 43, okay, and they're ranked 7,380th. So if we beat them, we'll be around that rank. Right now we're currently ranked 8141, so this would move us up a few spots. Or we could fight the Polar Cat that's 14,363 and go up into the top 7,000s. And our team power right now is 14,804. We're level 37. But keep in mind, the party power is not, you know, the be all end all, right? Because it's still going to rely on team composition. It's going to really rely on team synergy and how well your team actually matches up against the opponent's team. But you know what? For the sake of this video, win or loss, let's go ahead, win or lose, let's go ahead and fight this team. Let's see if we can get up into the top 7,000s in the beginner guide. All right, we're going to go ahead and let that play go through. And as you guys can see too, this is, you know, a lot of you probably already know what the game looks like in game. You have the timer, to, you know, how much time you have to clear the stage, be it PvP or story or a dungeon, etc. You have your menu in the top right, you have your auto, and you have your 2x speed. You can turn those on or off. We just beat that team actually pretty easily, so that was a very good win for us there. And that should knock us up into the top 7,000s. There we go, 6,944, and you can see here we just went up almost 1,200 spots, which gave us a whopping 1,116 jewels. We almost got a multi-summon doing that, guys. Absolutely phenomenal. And of course, after you do that, you can visit the arena shop if you like to spend your arena coins whenever you feel like. You also have your battle history that'll show you what's going on here. You can see here we had a win. We just oh no, we had a loss there. Oof. Ooh, Daisuke, rip the dream, bro. That was back when I was weak. That's my excuse. Edit defense. You can edit your defensive team, which will be basically the bot team that other players will see when they go up the ladder. Again, you have the arena shop, but we'll get to the shops in a moment. So that's pretty much PvP, guys, the base battle arena. And it's very, very good because, like I said, this is a great way to get early gems in the game, is to try and climb up those rankings as high as you possibly can, as fast as you possibly can. So that is PvP. Let me just go back here to the home page, and you'll see here that your rewards will go to the actual present box. You see right there, we got 1,100. We're going to go and grab those, and we're going to claim them. And voila, now we're up to 3,700 gems, just like that. Very, very nice. And it is 1,500 gems per multi, which you can see down here at the gacha. It's 150 for one draw. You do get the normal gacha, which gets you items and memory shards, which is very, very nice. You're going to get this 2 times a day. Resets at 1 a.m. and 8 p.m. UTC. Very, very nice. And it even has you a next gacha reset remaining timer. For me, it says 3 hours 17 minutes, etc. And you can get a lot of nice stuff from this. The premium banner right now is just the current gacha banner that's available. They do have a daily deal where you can do a summon for 50 premium gems. That's basically gems that you spent with real money, or that you paid for rather. So instead of paying the 150, which would be the normal single summon price, that daily deal gives you 50. So you're basically getting, for the 1/3 the price, you're able to go in and do a single summon, which is very nice for you out there that are casual or, of course, a whale player. Then we have the menus. Obviously, we're not going to spend too much time on this. We already talked about the account link, data link on my reroll guide video that you guys can see here on the channel. We have the profile page, which allows you to go in and change your username, go in and change your motto or your self intro, if you will. Change your background. You know, I'm sorry, change your character avatar for your profile. It shows your total power. That's for your entire account, not just your team. It tells you what clan you're in, your player level, etc. You can copy your ID, share it to other players, and add them to your friends list, etc., etc., etc. All that other good stuff. We have items here. Very good to go in and see all the different various items you have. So that's that. The jewel shop. And come in here and you got jewels and other purchases. Check jewels held, check mana exchange, which I recommend doing the mana exchange 1 time per day. Use free times 10 buy 1 set. And it's going to cost you just a whopping 10 gems. Totally worth doing it, guys. I say gems, but, you know, it's really jewels. But to keep it simple, you know, we play a lot of gachas around here. It's usually just called gems. So we're just going to say gems. But anyways, you're going to gain quite a bit of resources by doing this once per day. 100% worth it. I don't know if it's really worth doing 2 or 3 or 4 times, etc. But doing it once per day, 100% worth it, because you're going to be getting all those jewels back and then some just from doing your daily missions. So it's 100% worth doing it, guys. No questions asked. So we're going to get out of there. You got your recharge stamina, your expand storage, all this other various different menus that can go into to, you know, either grab resources or spend resources, if you will. So that's the jewel shop. Let's go back here. to the home page, and we have clans. This is of course if you're in PvP. Sorry we're jumping around, guys. We're just trying to grab everything at once and get through it because a lot of this stuff is very self-explanatory. So you have your support settings, which you can set up your different supports for dungeons and for clan battle. Earn mana by setting up a support character. This will help of course in your clans. There is no clan battle at this time on soft launch, as a lot of you already know. You can request different resources, like this for example. I can request it, and you cannot make a new request for 8 hours. So obviously I don't want to do that right now because I don't need those at the moment, but you'll definitely want to do that. And then you can actually go in and donate. Like for example, I have 14 of these. I'm going to go in and donate one of these to my guildmates. Boom, you're going to get rupees. Those rupees are going to be very crucial because you're going to use those rupees at the guild house. And in the guild house, like I said, you're going to be able to upgrade these 4 different things right out of the gate. You're going to be able to upgrade to get more stamina every so often. Be able to get more potions every so often, get you know, skip tickets every so often, and of course get mana. My opinion is the mana and the stamina are the 2 most important things of those 4, at least early game to mid game, because more stamina means more resource farming, which means more mana and other very valuable resources that you need for your progression of your accounts and to get stronger, which is of course the goal. And then of course more mana runs out very quickly, and I mean very quickly. Okay guys, so there's that. That's all there is to that. And then you go up here to the menu, and in the menu you have your furniture shop, your storage, your furniture effect, your tips, your store all, my sets, place character, and gifts. You could place different characters. Right now I have my core team placed in there. When you place them in there, you can actually give them gifts, which you'll get these from farming, story, and other various areas of the game. You can just click one of your characters, and then you can actually use these gifts to increase their bond. And that's how you increase bond with gifts, guys. So boom, another quick little tip for you guys if you were not aware. That's how you do that. Simple, right? You can also claim all every few hours to just grab everything quickly if you don't want to grab it individually. You can also upgrade different various things of the game. Like you see here, it's going to cost you rupees, 5,500 rupees. Do not have sufficient player level or rupees right now, and it'll tell you how long the time for the upgrade will be. So for example, when I get to level 40, it's going to cost me 9,000 rupees, and it's going to take 3 minutes to level this up to the next tier. So obviously we can't do that right now. I don't think I can level this one up yet either. No, so those are both going to take to level 40. So that's what you do with rupees. That's kind of a little bit of a quick, you know, overview rather of the guild house. What else we have here we need to go through for you guys and gals out there? Oh yeah, in the shop, something important to note: after you beat 411 of normal stormy after you beat 411 of normal story, there we go, you're going to be able to unlock this bonus shop. This bonus shop, it'll just pop up randomly as you play different stages of story. It'll pop up to 5 times a day, and I highly recommend that you buy all the materials. I wouldn't say to really go for the EXP potions, but the materials themselves, I would definitely buy them at least 2 or 3 times of the 5 times a day minimum. It will cost you mana. So like I said, you are going to want to try to keep upgrading your mana in your guild house as best you can, and keep upgrading your stamina, because those are going to be 2 very important ways to build up mana every single day on top of doing other dailies. So that shop will pop up to 5 times a day after you beat stage 411 of normal story. The divine amulets, this is what you're going to be getting a lot of when you pull dupes of characters and banners. You can use these to grab shards for characters such as 3 stars, 2 stars, and 1 stars. 3 stars, for example, take 120 of these memory shards to actually awaken them to like a 4 star, for example, from 3. So these are going to be very, very crucial. Now, a lot of players out there will probably tell you to save these up until we get limited characters, and then use those on those limited characters, because all other characters are pretty much farmable in other stages of the game, including hard mode, story, and so on. So technically you can farm pretty much every character in the game outside of limited characters the free to play route. It's just going to be a long route, obviously, but it is doable. Whereas limited characters, they're not going to be so farmable, so you're going to have to really rely on your amulets. So it's really going to depend when they release limited characters. I don't know how long that's going to take, or if they're going to do it in soft launch, or they're going to wait for official release. I don't know, but anyway, that's what Divine Amulets will be used for. And then, of course, there's the arena shop, the dungeon shop. And speaking of dungeon, let's go ahead and show you what dungeon is really quick. So if we go back to quest and we go to dungeon, dungeon is basically like a tower mode where you go up to the floor 7, and then if you beat it, and you'll be able to unlock the next dungeon, and then if you beat that, and then you can unlock the next dungeon. I believe currently right now, at least on soft launch, there's 3 different dungeons. There might be more coming after, but there's definitely 3 right now, and of course they get harder and harder and harder. And this is really where you want to encourage yourself to build multiple units and multiple teams, because any characters that die going through any of these floors, you cannot use them again. You have to use different characters. And you can go back in, obviously, and fight the stage, and it'll leave the enemy in the state that you left them in when you died. So, if, like, for example, if I fought floor 7 and I got him down to, like, 5 to 10% HP, if I go back in, he'll have that low HP remaining. So, it's not as hard, of course, to beat him the second or third time around when I go in. But you will need more units, or, well, you can't go in. And if you are completely stuck and you can't do nothing else, you can just wait till the next day and click return and then reset all the floors and go back up and try to beat it again. And then you just rinse and repeat that cycle every single day for whatever dungeon that you're trying to do. So, and then you also get dungeon coins for beating all these stages and other various rewards. So they're very, very nice. Grotto is a great way to get EXP potions and to get mana. Now, of course, the further you get, the higher up you can do. Like, for example, I cannot unlock EXP quest level 3 until I beat quest 6-1 normal, which, in hindsight, if I would have waited to do quest level 2 today, since you get 2 tries at each dungeon for free every day as a free-to-play player, I could have done 1, beat quest 2, got the 6-1, beat it, and then used my second try on quest level 3, but, you know, hey, hindsight's 20/20. So there's that, and then you have mana quests as well, and the same situation. I could have, of course, done that, so that would have been a little bit more efficient. It would have got me to the next stage about a day quicker. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to you can be a little bit more efficient, but obviously I've never played this game before from the Chinese or Japanese versions of the game. It's been out for about a couple years or so. So I was not familiar with a lot of this, so I'm trying to take a lot of this information in myself and research and dive into this game as best I can so I can relay to you guys all the information that I've learned and information I've taken from other players and give it to all of you guys. So only the quality of quality content here, guys. So that's pretty much all that. Obviously, you guys know what story mode is. You go through all the different individual stages. You get 3-star clear to get gems per stage. And then, of course, you progress further and further. It's going to get harder and harder. And this is where you're also going to be farming up most of your gear to level up your characters. So I guess the final thing that we really need to talk about is how do you build up your characters really quickly so they can become stronger. Well, we already talked about amulets, which you'll be using to awaken your characters. Let's just grab one of my characters right now and use her as an example. So we have my Monica. Monica has 6 pieces of gear that she's going to need to be able to rank up. What does rank up means? It allows them to enter the next tier of power, which can even in some cases allow you to access new skills. For example, if I get her to rank 7, I will unlock her EX skill, Blessing of the White Wings. And this will give her boost on physical attack by 15, etc. And then I'll be able to level that up in accordance to whatever her current level is, which of course is dictated by your account level. So whatever your account level is, that's as high as your character levels can go. And then they also have bonds, which we already talked about how to level up their bonds. You also get bond EXP when they're doing story farming. And bonds basically allow you to, again, enter a little bit of extra stat boost, which you can get from the story when you click it and get your gems. It's very self-explanatory. So obviously you have your skills, you have your union burst, you have your base skills, and then you have your EX skill, and that'll be for all your characters. Then you have your equipment. Like I said, there are 6 pieces of equipment. If your equipment is obtainable, it'll say obtainable. Basically, that's saying that you have those areas of story unlocked that you can use to farm up the materials to craft that gear and then equip that gear to the character. And once you've done that with all 6 pieces of gear, it'll give you the option to rank up. And when you rank up a character, they actually basically disenchant all of the gear but make the character a bit more base. You know, their base becomes more powerful, but now you're going to have to equip new gear, and you will get some of those resources back that you did use in your gear when you do the rank up, especially if you refine. Now, what is refine? Let me show you a character that has refine available. I don't know if I have one available right now. Let me go. Okay, yes, we do right here. So you'll see here, it'll have this little diamond notification basically saying, hey, there you can do something with this gear. And what it's telling me is I can refine my gear. And what you do when you refine gear is you can actually enhance that gear to a star level. As you can see right now, this particular gear can be leveled up 3 times because there's 3 empty stars. So it can become a 3-star piece of gear if you max it all out. You have refinement points that are required. Down here you can see here to refine it 1 time or get 1 star, it's going to cost me 30 points. And these different various pieces of gear and materials that you've farmed up or gotten from shops will tell you how many points they're worth each. So for example, this is worth 6 points. So I can just click that a couple times and then boom, I can refine it. There you go. Now it's a 1 star. I can do it 2 more times. The second time is going to cost 50. The third time I believe cost 80. So it gets a little bit more expensive. I recommend not using these and these until you get to like rank 5, rank 6 gear, because these are a lot harder to obtain than just getting base gear. Obviously the base gear materials are going to give you less points, but they're easily farmable throughout story, and you're going to get a bunch of it. So you use that to rank up your gear. I would recommend not refining any gear though. Don't do what I just did. Don't refine any gear until you get to at least rank 5. I feel like that's a great starting point. When you get to rank 5, then you can start refining your gear and then sacking it off, ranking up, and, you know, rinsing, repeating that strategy. But I don't feel that story mode is hard enough with the characters that we have available and the teams that you can build, especially if you re-roll and build up your team equally and efficiently, using various strategies that we're going to hopefully showcase on today, or not today, but on this channel. You should be able to get through a large a portion of the beginning story up to like chapter 4 and 5 at least, with not having to refine 1 time until you get to rank 5 gear. So you should be okay at that point, guys. As long as you stick to these, you know, these strategies and these guides, they should help you along the way. But yeah, you're going to need all those pieces of gear, obviously, to rank up a hero. I believe the max rank is 8. I could be mistaken on that. If I am incorrect, you can correct me in the comment section below. But I believe it is rank 8. So that's how you level up characters. Now, if you click optimize, it does everything for you. It'll automatically craft the gear if you have the craft pieces. It'll equip the gear. It'll rank up the character, and it'll even level up the character with EXP potions. It'll do all that for you quickly if you don't want to do each individual thing. Now, leveling up, obviously, you're going to use your potions, which you get from everything in this game. It seems like you get potions from everywhere. That's why I said buying them in the shop isn't very efficient, I would say, at least not in the early goings, because your characters are going to be leveling up pretty well passively just by doing story. And then Ascension, of course, this will require those memory shards that you get with your amulets. As you can see here, a 2-star character requires 100. I believe a 1-star character requires 30. Yes, 30. And then a 3-star character will require 120 to get to 4-star. And obviously that number will probably go up as the star level goes up. But it gives you guys a good idea of kind of how to do that stuff. And it even tells you how to obtain pretty much everything in here. You got, you know, the About Arena shop, the Divine Amulet shop to grab those. Hard mode of story is also very nice for farming up shards for select characters, depending on what story stages you have unlocked. So if we go down here to quest, and we go to main quest, and then we go to hard mode, boom, you can see right here, you can farm up these characters, these individual character shards 3 times per day per stage. And you'll see right here the characters it'll tell you, like this is Kokoro. You can farm up her shards 3 times per day. The first time clear will also give you a bonus of 5, which is very, very nice. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I think we kind of covered everything that you need to do daily, where everything is located, how to do everything. If I did miss anything, let me know in the comment section below. But hopefully we got through it pretty well. I don't know how long this video is. We're sitting at 24 minutes, so we're still under that 30-minute mark, so I'm very happy with myself. Because usually my beginner guides are long, because I get very detailed, because some of them require that length. But this game, Like I said, it's a lot of rinse and repeat. You're going to be doing a lot of things over and over again, and you're going to get very used to it. And it's going to become very mundane to you, because you're just going to know exactly what you need to do. You're going to go in and go boom, 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 and be done. You're going to go in here. You're going to complete your missions. You know, you got your daily missions. You have your normal missions. You're going to get your rewards. You're going to get in, get out, boom. And one last thing. A lot of people have been asking, what should I do with my gems? Should I summon a lot as a free-to-play early on, or should I use a lot of that for stamina? I personally feel that at least for the first few weeks of the game, I would hold off on summoning too much. I would summon until you get a team that you can rely on that's very good. A team that, you know, has balance, has synergy, a team that you feel is going to work very well in the assortments of game modes available. And once you get to that point, just build those units up, max them out at 3-star, max them out at 2-star or 1-star, whatever star rating they start at, and just stick to that for a while. And then when you get absolutely stuck where you cannot do nothing because either you lack certain characters to get you through certain parts of you know, content, or because you need to start starring up your characters to access some more power because you're just pretty much capped out, then you could go ahead and summon again. But definitely utilize how cheap the stamina purchase is in this game. It's like 40 mana for 120 stamina. Or I'm sorry, 40 gems for 120 stamina. It's actually really, really good. You guys can see it right here, and you can do that 40 times a day. So if you want to and you're efficient, you can pretty much play all day long for at least a period of time until you're like super stacked and you feel very confident with your position. And this will allow you to also climb more PvP to get you to the higher stages, so you can get more access to arena coins and all that other good stuff that that the game has to offer. So hopefully that helps a lot of you out. I know a lot of people have been asking that question, and I wanted to make sure that I snuck that in here before we ended the video. But if there's any other questions or concerns, let me know in the comments section below, and I'll be sure to try to reply to them and answer them as best I can. But if you want a more direct conversation, be sure to join us in the Discord and description below. As always, don't forget to like the video if this video was helpful. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, tick notifications, and all that other good stuff here that we do. And yeah, and by the way, guys, one more thing that I actually forgot to put in here is character placement. You have front, middle, back. That does not mean that you have to run all three. You can run a middle and a front. You can run a front and a back. You could even run more middle than the front. You can run one front or two front. It really depends on what your team play style is, guys. So keep that in mind as well. I also saw that question, so I wanted to quickly, briefly cover it. But anyways, I'm going to get out of here. Until next time, as always, peace.